Yes. The boys are back in town. You're listening to Knock 'em Out the Box. This is episode, I believe, it's 139. Will I be correct, co-host?
139 and Sap. You are correct.
My name is Vinny
Shout out to
Paz.
correct Uno.
Correct, Uno. What up? My name is Vinny Paz. I'm here with my co-host, with the co-most of Mr. Majestic Left, Right, Left Kid. The duo is back. No Irish Billy. Didn't show up again. Shout outs to Pablo for sitting in on the last
Oh
episode.
dear. We
We
had to get a
appreciate you.
third man in the ring kind of deal.
He actually enjoyed himself on, this Billy who, we still
Guys,
don't know where he's
I
at
think
right
Billy's
now.
gonna quit. I think this is what is it called when you silent what is it? Silent quitting? Is that a term? Did I make that up?
Oh, it's my no, I call it a silent agreement in a fight when you were like,
No, but there's silent quitting like at work. I gotta look this up.
oh,
Yes.
but remember when I said to you, this a silent agreement when guys
Yeah,
agree.
yeah. But listen, so it says employees who are disengaged from their jobs and are doing only the minimum required to meet their job description without going above and beyond. It's called silent quitting. Quiet quitting, that's what it is. Quiet quitting, not silent quitting. Quiet quitting, which is essentially what William's doing. But he's just like bailing. He's just like
Yes.
calling out sick every episode until we go, yo, man, do you just not want to do this anymore?
His texts to us were essentially, I didn't know about this. Like as if we were just because I was shooting a video, guys, on the night we normally
Yeah.
record, and B has some life shit going on, but we just figured it out and moved things around a little bit.
Move it around.
And this B's got work in a few hours. It's very late when we record too. I don't know if anyone knows that. We're not like sitting around on the day. It's not just the nighttime. It's very late.
We do this for you guys.
Um
The Nakis.
we
We
do.
make these sacrifices.
We do. So all right, let's get into what's gonna happen this weekend, Mr.
Okay.
Long. But
We,
before
we,
that,
we have some questions, but it seems to
right.
be a busy
So
weekend.
so tonight, are we looking at this card on
Tonight.
ESPN Plus Montreal Casino? Um,
Your favorite
Brendo said
venue.
it is. I just because I like what Eye of the Tiger's doing. I like a lot of their fighters. I like Mark Ramsey. Look, we're gonna get into this card, guys. This is Thursday night on ESPN. You guys know Pazzi loves these Thursday, Friday, and Saturday things that have been happening. I don't think this Long does because he feels like he's got too much.
It's overwhelming.
Yeah, I get it. Albert Ramirez, 20-0, 17 KOs versus Michael Flannery, 13-0, 11 KOs. This is at 175. Albert Ramirez is really good. Michael Flannery is undefeated with 11 KOs, but he's from over,
Where's he fighting out of?
I think,
Thailand.
Ireland. Where?
He's Michael Flannery fighting out of Thailand. So we've made points about these guys in Thailand.
Yes, in last episode.
Flannery is
and
based out of Thailand. So I looked up his opponents,
It's
and
wild.
all guys I never heard of
Yeah.
with weird seesaw records.
Albert
Uh,
Ramirez is going to pack him up. Another guy we talk about. You got to get this guy moving. He's another one.
yeah, get him moving.
Christopher Guerrero, we just spoke about him. We've covered him since very early on.
This is your guy.
William Andres Herrera, 17-4, welters. Christopher Guerrero, man, I like this kid. I said before, good-looking kid, trilingual. He's Latino, but they moved to Montreal, so he speaks Spanish and French and English all fluently. Like everything's there to be a star. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
they gotta get it done in the ring. So yes, it is my guy, but not like the next guy we're gonna talk about.
Hold on. So he's fighting. Who is this Williams?
Williams Andres Herrera, 17-4.
Okay, let me
They're
look this
fighting at
guy up.
147. Please do, because then
All
we're
right.
going to talk about my guy.
He's Argentinian.
My guy. Yeah, those guys can punch. You know,
I know. And this
something
is
in the,
so
something
this
in the
is
agua down there.
let's see what he's got. Let's see what he's got. He's only got 7 knockouts. Do we know Herrera from anywhere? I don't know.
What starts happening is everyone starts blending together in our mush brains.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, I think we saw that guy, or he fought, but his 4 losses, I don't remember. Like, I go to your losses. with someone I don't know. Did you lose? Did you get packed
Right.
up by people I don't even know? Oh hell no, you getting packed up.
I think Guerrero's gonna
No, Christopher Guerrero. Look,
is gonna kick his ass.
he look. There's a little bit, be a little bit. We spoke in last episode, right?
He's the
The other
machine
day
gun.
about Gabe Rosado mentioning someone playing with their food. I think Christopher Guerrero did it in his last fight a little
Yeah.
bit. I don't like that for him because it's not that style like
Yeah.
Ahmed Alayev. We both know, me and you, what MJ is doing and the feints and the setting him up, and he's waiting on something.
Right.
Christopher Guerrero needs to let his shit go because when he does, he stops them. So when that's your, when you have a KO percentage of you have 20 pro fights with 17 KOs, let your shit go.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Um,
So are you picking a knockout? Herrera, who are his four losses? Anyone that we know?
no.
Oh, yeah, he's getting packed up. Pack him up. My guy, Arthur, the Wolf, Byarslanov, 18 and 0, 15 knockouts versus Antonio Collado, 19 and 1. His only loss was to Rafael Acosta, who can fight a little bit. So we said we want them to move the Wolf. We meant a little bit more, be like a name, but this is a guy who can handle himself. So, okay, you know what I mean? But look,
19 and 1. Yeah, like you said, three knockouts. Spanish guys don't. He's from Spain.
no. Look, you know how I feel about the Wolf. He's 30 years old, Brendan. It's time to get moving. I said that after
I don't know
his
why.
last fight when he packed up Mohammed McMoon, who had never been stopped in 30 fights.
Why
And
does he go by Arthur? His name is, we've
yeah,
talked
that's not
about
his
this.
real name.
It's
Yeah.
It's Mavladin.
Yeah. I mean, that's more hard to me. But
Mavladin.
Mavladin the Wolf,
That
that's
sounds like
hard.
I'm afraid of that.
I'm afraid of that now.
That's
We
like
just
that's
created it.
that's like a grim fairy tale.
Yes.
Mavladin the wolf. Oh,
Yeah, it's like that's like a vampire.
bro,
That's
the
like
wolf. Just the wolf alone.
yeah, that's yeah. He's a
Like,
scary looking guy.
what
He
if
looks
he,
like a shrunken better BF, guys. If
right?
you
What if
never
he
seen
just
him,
went by wolf?
guys, tune in on Thursday night. I'm assuming it's on the app and not on regular ESPN.
Yeah,
Guys, Christopher Guerrero, Albert Ramirez, and Artur the Wolf Byarslanov. All there's look. Let's
that's a great little
20.
card.
Yes, 20 plus 14 is 34. Plus 18 is what? B 34 plus 18.
34 plus 18
Yeah,
is 52.
they're 52 and 0 guys before these guys with a whole
Yeah,
bunch of KOs and in some form or another. I think all of these guys will be a champion. The Wolf, he's ready. He's
yeah.
ready for all of the names that are at 40
The
or
wolf,
floating around there.
bro. What if we just call him Wolf
Let's
Biarsnalov?
do that from now on the show.
Like
Wolf
Wolf.
Arzanov. Yeah, like Wolf. Yeah.
If I
Friday night on the Zone in Verona,
name
New
my next
York.
dog Wolf,
All right.
what do you think?
Friday, the Zone, Verona, New York. Brandon Moore, 17 and 1, 10 KOs. He was stopped by Richard Torres, which in retrospect, that's a bad loss.
Good
Now,
loss.
because me and B, we try not to throw it around, but this Torres stinks. He's fighting a guy named Stanley Wright, who's 14 and 0, 11 KOs. This is for,
I looked up Stanley Wright.
so did I.
He looks like his name.
He
Like
does.
if that guy's walking down the street, like, oh shit, that's Stanley.
Oh, what's up, Stanley?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. He looks like a
Brendo,
bad celly that you get. Like if you get
remember,
locked up and
yeah, I don't want him as my celly, my bunkie. Fuck no.
Stanley's your celly.
B, not remember. We try to talk about it often when we say the like a NABF belt used to mean a lot and
Yeah,
mean,
it was
and
a
I kept
pathway.
a pathway, and I kept saying I forget the other belt. Do you remember? And you go, yeah, that other
Yeah,
one. You're the one who I think remembers it, but do you know what it was? This is for it. It's back. It disappeared for like 20 plus years. This is for the USBA
USBA.
heavyweight title.
Yeah,
You guys, if you won an NABF or USBA title, it might
that's
not
hot
mean a lot.
shit.
That was hot shit because that meant you were about to fight a guy.
Yeah, that
Your
was
next fight,
usually on a Tuesday night fight or
Tuesday
Friday
night
night fight.
fights,
Yeah,
ESPN, Tuesday night fights on USA or a Friday
Hmm.
night fight for either of those belts, you were putting yourself in a position to fight a real guy.
Facts.
Let's see if that happens now. If the because they literally are back. Like it was, I looked it up, B. I said, no, 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 no. This
Oh, they're
went
back.
away. But it literally went away.
Yeah,
It didn't exist.
they're sponsored by, the higher level sanctioning bodies. So
Correct. So was the NABF, was the
correct.
IBF's like farm team, basically. And I think
Got it.
USBA was the WBA. I
Hmm.
think. Then maybe things are different. I don't know what's going to go on in that fight, guys. A 17-0 guy and a 14-0 guy. I don't know. We're just letting you know. Besides the Brandon Moore's loss to Richard Torres, I'd just be lying to our listeners to say I know a lot about either of this guy.
Right.
Just I love watching. I love cards. That are on Friday nights. Big thing. All right, quick before we get to the other joints. Saturday, the Zone, Portman Road, Ipswich, UK.
Switch.
Fabio Wardley, 18-0, 7 KOs. Something about him. When you look up, we both look up guys' resumes. Have you looked
Right.
up Fabio Wardley's?
No.
Oh, it's diabolical.
That bad?
Now he's fighting Justice
Dastardly?
Hooney. Yes. He's fighting Justice Hooney, 12-0, 7 KOs. Bust this. His resume is even more diabolical. So they're
Praise your clock.
they're 30-0 with 24 KOs combined. And records, these resumes are diabolical, which adds fuel to this fire of being diabolical. They have the brass balls to make this for the WBA interim heavyweight title that somehow either stripped Usyk for not defending or they made him a super champion. I
Yeah.
mean, they got
Well, it's an inter WBA they'll just come up with some shit.
yeah, because he's fighting Dubois, so
Right.
he can't. The Fabio Wardley is going to have a WBA interim title and a legitimate claim to fight the winner of Usyk Dubois, and that's crazy work. Um, I think Fabio Wardley's heavy-handed. I think he gets rid of this kid. I think he's just a little bit better. I don't think highly of either one of them. Skill skills wise, seem
It,
like nice
it's
enough
it,
people.
it's at home in Wardley's from Ipswich.
If any of our UK Knockies have the drop on Wardley, like yo, pass, he is really good. I agree with you. He hasn't fought anyone, but he's really good. Let me know. I've only seen him fight twice. I just he's just a guy. He seems nice. He fight a little bit. I don't know if about WBA interim. I don't know. All right, guys. Saturday on Pro Box, San Antonio, Texas. I don't know if you put this on your thing. Because I'm looking at a different piece of paper, and you told me, "Yo, Pat, stop throwing curveballs at me." Justin Paldo's fighting 18-2, 9 KOs. Both of those losses were split decisions that he could have easily won. So he could argue, I'm 20-0. Versus Juan Carlos Borgos, yes, that one be
Mm,
36-8, 22 KOs. Fought everyone: Devin
yeah.
Haney, Mikey Garcia, Hozumi Hasagawa, Starling Castillo, Keyshawn Davis, Andy Cruz. He fights everyone. Justin Paldo's got to beat him, B, if he wants to get into, if he wants to
Yeah.
say those two losses, it should have been on my side, and I can fight a real guy now. That's
Well, Burgos
really what it is.
never been knocked out.
Correct. Justin Paldo's got to look good, and this is what Pro Box is for, and this is why we keep a big win there against. If he was to put, he's got to stop a guy who's never been stopped before, and he's not
He's
a
only got
huge
nine
puncher.
knockouts. Yeah.
Yes, he's not a big puncher. 50% KO ratio, or just
I think this
whitewash
one's
him.
going, yeah, it's going the distance.
I
Got to
think it goes
whitewash.
the distance, and I
I
have
wouldn't even
faith.
bother trying to knock this guy out.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. And if it came to me, then I go see what happens when you just do your
Right.
job. You know what I mean? I like Justin Paul though. I think he's really good. He's got to whitewash him because he's not
Yeah.
going to knock him out. So how do you put your name out there and say, let me fight for a belt or somebody real? Because
This
that's what
way.
Pro Box does. Is this way? 10-0 him. I'm assuming it's 10 rounds. B. This weekend, guys, the big card of this weekend, Keyshawn Davis, 13 and
10
0
rounds, yes.
13-0, 9 KOs versus Edwin De Los Santos, 16-2, 14 KOs. WBO lightweight title. Edwin De Los Santos had a shot to show that he could at least bring something against Shakur and made it look like the
Stunk it out.
pits
Stunk out a
stunk the
loss.
joint out. Look,
This will be more in his wheelhouse because the two of these
yes,
guys are going to brawl.
yes. I think this is a fun while it lasts
Yeah.
fight. Um,
Let's see what kind of chin Keyshawn has. He's going to have to stand up to a really big puncher here.
De Los Santos guys, his power's real.
Yeah,
This isn't 18 fights against hobos. He's been in there with guys and he can really crack. So
correct.
Keyshawn might get chin checked. If he eats it, crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
I like Keyshawn Davis in the second half of the fight to stop him. I think
agreed. I
he's
think he's
got
going to stop him in the ninth.
you know, Keyshawn's starting to get this B, when we say this guy's really strong, I don't mean one hit a quit,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
just sort of getting into that man strength shit. I
Yeah.
think that's where Keyshawn's going. I think he stops him in 9.
Okay.
What's your prediction?
Let me, that's what I just said. I said I think he stops him in the ninth.
Did you really?
Yeah.
So I'm just not listening to you.
No. What else is new?
On the card, the best prospect in the sport, Abdullah Mason, 18-0, 16 KOs, versus Jeremiah Nakatila, 26-4, 20 KOs. He can punch, and his only losses are to good fighters, guys. He acquits himself well, and he only loses to guys that are on the world
I
level.
just wanted to mention real quick. Kelvin Davis, Derek Davis, and Keon Davis
Are all fighting?
are all fighting on this card.
Are they going to air an ESPN Plus prelims? Do we know that, either of
I
us?
don't know.
Because in neither one of our behind the scenes work did I see that. Like,
Okay.
can we turn this on early? You know what I mean? Because we got the
Yeah.
Saturday afternoon with Wardley,
Yep.
and Top Rank always throws big cards. So they want to start getting those Davis brothers some.
Yeah.
It looks to me like the main event
I
is
don't think that guy Derek Davis is related to them, but if he is, correct me. Write us at kotbboxing@gmail.com.
Abdullah Mason packing up Jeremiah Nakatila might not seem like a statement, but it will be. And then we're done with this level, Brendan.
For
After this,
Abdullah Mason, yeah.
yeah, we got to get into contention
Yeah.
here. We got to
Agreed.
get in against ranked guys or champions.
Facts.
I think he does them dirty. We don't have, but Billy does the odds. I don't know the Keyshawn Edwin De Los Santos odds. I don't know the Abdullah. I don't know I don't have that in front of me. I am curious because I'm curious if either one of those guys, they have both of these guys as
Okay.
no.
By the way, Kelvin Davis is fighting Nahir Albright.
Nair Albright can fight.
Okay,
Now,
so
see, now that's something where if Irish Billy Betts was here, I'd say, yo, man, keep your eye on that for
you
an
know who else
upset
on this
special.
card? Troy Isley's on this card. We were just talking about him.
Oh, this better be played on what's it called? On Plus.
Okay, we were asking about Abdullah Mason. What were we asking?
Well, we're talking over unders because we're going, when is
All right, so that's a 10 rounder against Nakatila. Mason takes him out in the third.
is there a line?
I didn't look, but he's been stopped twice in the
Keyshawn
second round.
Davis is minus 1,000. Edwin De Los Santos is the dog at plus 550. So he's a 10-1 favorite, guys. I'm not getting an over under
Uh-huh.
yet. Um, a 10-1 is not really what you want champions
No,
to be. Not Brendan and I, certainly not. I don't really know how he got this fight. Is it because
I don't either. Was De Los Santos a mandatory and they just needed to bide time? before they can figure out what's going to happen with Tank Davis and uh, Lamont Roach? Probably.
I
He's not going to
if
fight Shakur, he
right.
says.
Uh,
What do you got?
I'm thinking on what you said, and that's really you're thinking very quickly on your feet. I think you're right.
Yeah, it's
Let's wait
it's
out. We got to stay busy. We got to fight
we got
again.
to
You
get a
only have
TV
30.
date. You
Yeah, you
know,
only have
we got to
13
finish out
fights.
and we got to finish out this deal.
This deal, you got to stay busy. We
It's
can't
up.
put you
It's
in with
up.
a hobo, which he's
Right.
certainly not a hobo. He's not.
It's
But
up. That deal's up next month, July.
yeah, that's it, guys. As far as boxing on ESPN is concerned, unless someone else,
Yeah.
know,
Feels
jumps in here with one of these other places,
well.
what I can't find is the over under.
I think
Uh,
Mason is going to look great. I think Keyshawn's going to look great. I think this is going to be a fun card. I hope that the Nahir Albright and Kelvin Davis fight is on TV. That would be nice.
I'd love that, and and I'd love to know. We're not going to get them, guys. We can't even look them. We're not getting lines. I mean, over unders. I'd love to see that Nair Albright thing. That's an
Yeah.
upset special because Keyshawn Davis's brothers aren't like him.
No, but that
Is
Keon, the
that
one
the
who's
good
like
brother,
six.
the
Yeah, he's
tall?
like
Oh,
six
he
two.
he actually
Yeah,
is really good.
yeah,
He
he's really
actually is
good.
really good.
Yeah, he's
But
good.
Nair Albright can fight, and that's a tough test,
Sure,
baby.
sure. Yeah, he had a good amateur record, Keon. So I think it should be well in his favor. Oh, it's
Nair
Kelvin,
Albright,
not Keon. Kelvin Davis. He's 15-0 with 8 KOs.
and
He's
yeah,
6'1".
um, how was that? Nair Albright fought Keyshawn. Fight changed from a Davis majority decision win to a no decision. Was that when he smoked weed? And we were like, that's corny. That was October of 2023. Didn't they no contest him because of weed? I think that might have been that fight.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Um,
let's see if
so
Kelvin
now he's
Davis.
fighting the brother, which is
Correct.
really weird. Um, yeah. So on the other show, this week's show, I mentioned because Billy's not here again for Billy Betts. I mentioned that once this guy has one too many to drink, he starts playing money when he's up.
Yeah.
Because I gave him a lock. We gave him a lock. We said cornflakes getting packed up, and he's
Hmm.
getting packed up early. And he did, and he hit,
Okay.
and he pushed me. And I was like, I don't know. A decision win for Plant is probably most likely. And I'd say that 10 out of 10 times. I'd
Sure.
still say it. You know what I mean? Caleb Plant got beat up, but it was an upset. You know what I mean? And he played with it
Right.
and he lost it.
Gotcha.
Well, this is Billy Betts. You guys, he gets too hotsy totsy once he knocks back a couple.
Right. Right.
The
Right.
question for my friend Brendan Long is, do we have any mail?
We do, but hey, we missed a fight. Jaio Pataya is fighting
Oh, I'm
Claudio
sorry. I'm
Claudio
sorry.
Squeo. Are you hip to him?
No, and I'm just getting frustrated with cruiserweight when there's like, yo,
Fights to be made.
there's like four names here. Can't you guys just fight each other?
Right. We got to see Claudio Squeo.
Who's the guy he's just tough as nails from the UK that fights a cruiser? He fought Zordo. He's tough as nails.
Chris Billiam Smith.
Yeah, like you can fight him. I
I
don't
got
know.
yeah, someone
Or
like
like
him. Yeah,
someone like that. Like, bro, I don't care about you fighting no hopers.
that
And
should be a demolition job.
demolition job, I don't know the line. It's probably ridiculous. Jay Apatite shouldn't be fighting no hopers. They should be trying to make the Zordo fight. And I don't think they are, by the way. Zordo is talking about fighting Jake Paul. Did you know that, Brendan?
No,
Yeah.
we may have talked about it here.
Yeah.
Maybe I got it out of my head. All right, we have mail.
Okay.
All right, we got DJ
You're not
Absurd.
you're not mad enough at like that being a realistic
I
opponent.
just
All
let's
right.
keep it positive.
All right,
Positive
guys,
vibes in 2025s.
they need to make Jai Apatai Zordo before the end of this year. Okay.
All right, DJ Absurd writes us. He says,
What
I've
up, absurd?
I've hung out with DJ Absurd.
You have.
Mhm. He says, "What up, guys? Loving the double dose of episodes each week. Writing in about Charlo. Wonder if you think at this stage He can be a serious contender stepping into super middleweight division. He's been super inactive and didn't fight top competition at 160, but he's still undefeated and still has a great jab.
Yeah,
Not much to take
he
away from the
does.
cornflake fight, but I would like to see how he does among guys like Plant, Berlanga, Pacheco, and see if he could earn a fight with Canelo. Thank you guys for the show. About to head to Canastota for Hall of Fame weekend. Awesome. Enjoy.
Oh,
I've done that
dope,
before.
man.
Yeah.
Dope. What a fun weekend. And just like you're eating a chicken finger and you're like, there's the ex-middleweight champion of the
Yeah.
world. It's like
Tons
one of
of
those.
fun. Um, guys, check him out. DJ Absurd. Just pop that into your search bar. Check him out. Follow him. Cool cat.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
And now,
Brendan, answer his question. And I'd like,
oh,
because we
sorry.
didn't know, I'll tell you why. Because earlier when we spoke on Charlo,
Last
I
episode. Yeah.
agree with Absurd. Yeah, earlier on in the week, his jab is still really good. But B, here's what we got there. Let me just yes or no this.
Hmm.
Can he hang with these people? I'm not talking about, is this a
Yeah.
fight? Christian and Billy,
Hang with him. Yeah.
Diego Pacheco,
Yeah.
Aslis Iglesias,
Not sure yet, but likely.
agreed. Caleb Plant,
Yes.
Jaime Munguia,
Yes.
Skull. Nah, we not, nah. Vladimir Shishkin,
Yes.
Edgar Berlanga,
Yes.
Lester Martinez.
All of them.
I'd be cool with all of them too, with all those fights.
That's the thing, man. The layoff and just the naturals to see if the imagine if the Charlos were disciplined.
I think, yeah, I think they'd write a different story if they
Correct.
were if they behaved themselves in and out of the ring and were disciplined.
There's a reason that there were so many people behind them in boxing, like good people behind
Yeah,
them,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah. Boxing people.
because
Yeah,
obviously they were like people saw something in both guys.
of
Two
course,
twin brothers who can fight like this,
of
and they
course.
didn't have the same trainer, which was interesting.
Of course, and you can make that gimmicky if you both stink.
Sure.
You can still gimmick it and get,
Right.
maybe not, not become a champion, but you can gimmick that all day and make
Right.
people buy into it. They didn't need to because they were both really good.
Right. Right. Right.
So it
So
just added to
he
the
can hang with
crazy.
anybody. I think. I don't know if he'll win, but I think he'll be a serviceable opponent on both sides of the promotion.
I think in our last episode, B said, "Yo, just go ahead and make that Caleb
Make that
Plant fight."
fight.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I just don't want Resendiz to be punished for a good, really good win.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want him
Good.
to get rewarded with something. I don't mean doesn't gotta be, because guys, we gotta remember Canelo is the guy with all the belts. You might as well count them all open because
Right.
Canelo is done fighting people like this. So you might as well look at 68 as being wide open, even though he is the guy with the
Right.
Ring Magazine belt. He's fighting Bud. And then last episode, my opinion, and B's kind of half in, half not, no diddy, is if he loses the Bud, he might retire or force them to run it back and he or go on like a 3-fight freak show thing. Fight like a
Right.
Jake or a Logan Paul, da 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 da, and get 100 million or something ridiculous for it. But so
Mhm.
we have to start looking at 168 as wide open, guys, because Canelo is not fighting anyone in the top 10 at 168
No.
pounds. No one we named is he fighting, and nor will he ever.
No.
So all those guys got to start being like, look, they're going to start stripping Canelo, and we're going to start getting the belts back here. Because you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That last fight over School was so he could be unified again and be the man, and he is. Now they'll just restart again, stripping him. You're not making
Hmm.
this mandatory. You're not making this mandatory. You're not making this mandatory. Thanks, absurd. Yeah, I'd like to see him against like real guys, but make the Plant fight.
Okay. This is from AV Julian. This fucking guy's testing my vocabulary
He's
now.
going to threaten you.
Says apocalyptic vehemence,
Vehemence.
vehemence.
Yeah,
I've never heard that word before.
you've heard vehemently.
Vehemently,
Yeah,
I've
like
never
a
heard it used
vehement
in that like
guy.
in phrase that way.
Yeah, he's sick in the head. That's the
Yes,
thing.
apocalyptic vehemence checking in.
Hmm.
Jesus Christ, this guy's got a fuck. He lives with a fucking thesaurus.
Well, he's got to
Saturday's
come up with something.
Saturday's card, despite the disparity in competitiveness in most of these matchups, still made for entertaining, enjoyable, action-filled fights. Lucero ported on a clumsy but game Valenzuela
Hmm.
off rip,
Hmm.
appropriately stopped by Ortega in the second.
Look, I'm not gonna say it was a bad call. I just knew when I saw this Ortega. I said the last episode. This Mike Ortega's the pits.
It was satisfying to witness another when trash talking goes wrong tale unfold, with Hernandez savagely dog walking this cocky Balboa Kyron Davis. I'm convinced that Mal Charlo has turned a new leaf, but not sure how that translates in the ring at this stage of his career. I say another tune-up in the form of Terror Squad's prospect Edgar Berlanga will keep him on the right track. I seriously don't write him off to become a three-division world champ. And lucky for Charlo, the doctor called it off because Cornflake was just getting warm. He had the hitman right where he wanted him.
He
Damn
did.
doctor. Yeah.
He was beating
I
he
like
was
how he
hurting
called.
the fuck out of his hands with his
Wait,
face.
doesn't Terror Squad have a rapper named Prospect?
Hmm.
Is
Prospect
it
was dope.
Prospect and what was the other guy? Triple Seis,
Triple Sace, Armageddon,
Armageddon, and
Tony
Prospect.
Sunshine, Pun Joe. I
Yeah.
think this Mike Ortega was fucking up there.
I thought you were gonna say he
Charles,
was he was in the Terror Squad,
he
Michael.
is. He is. He was fucking up Antoine Echols, Charles Brewer. Remember?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Fuck dummy.
Terror Squad.
Hack him
I
up.
was thinking about the names of these to sidebar about rap music.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes I think maybe like a Fat Joe or a Pun should have stepped in and been like, "Look, maybe the name Armageddon, you might be dope, but that name ain't gonna stand the test of time. Maybe we could work on something different. Like you can't call your how do you put your own record out if your name is Prospect?
Well, like they Armageddon did the thing where you do the like, yo, I better switch it up. My name's Getty now. Like, remember
Oh, okay,
that?
yeah,
Remember
yeah,
that?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's you're like,
yeah.
I
Yeah, you got to come up with something a little bit more. Like just use your real name, like Go
yeah,
Keith
well, I
Murray.
obviously Icon the hologram, fucking brilliant. I didn't,
That was a good name.
what an idiot. Like,
That
what
was
was that?
a
What was
very
that?
90s, a very 90s underground rap name.
Well, the only reason it didn't murder me is because I was in a group. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I did solo records as that, like, it's no, come
Yeah,
on,
but
man. I need a
what
better
you
name.
changed it after the first record, right?
I always was using Vinny Pat. Like I would say Vinny. I said Vinny Pass on the records 25 plus years ago. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it just nah. It was just uh
I just always thought
seamless.
like that those like the big crew names, and then you'd have like the guy, you know what I mean? Like the guys in the sort of background of the crew, they had background crew names.
No, I
And I,
got you.
like again, if your name is Prospect, do you then like your second record, your Contender, and then
And then
then
if that one's
Champion?
good, you champ. It depends. If you're a prospect and the record bricks, then you go back to like
But
what's
that's
it
what I'm
called?
saying. Like, how do you call yourself Prospect? You
I
call
think it was what wasn't it because of Prospect Avenue in the Bronx? I thought it was, but like we other people don't know that. Like we can know that.
I didn't even put that together.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then you could be like that rapper Troy Ave and be like, all right, I'm Prospect Ave, just to be abundantly clear.
No,
Which
no, no. I
I,
got you. I got you.
by the
No,
way,
you're not wrong.
I don't think Troy Ave is a good rap name either.
You're not wrong.
Okay. All right. So he says, main event had no business being a split decision. The 15-13 card for Plant was egregious. The only
Pack
thing that
him
should
up.
have been split in that fight was the area around Plant's right eye. Correct. Oh, I didn't watch the undercards, the Kermel Moton, so he wants to talk about it. He says he's personally not sold on Moton. He's young, and time is definitely on his side. His speed is impressive, educated shot selection and placement, but I think he's over eager, which makes him leaky defense, lending itself to viciously exploited with the right person in front of him. I don't disagree.
I don't have any problem with not being
No,
sold on Kamel Moton.
no, I think he's at the point of his
AV,
career where you shouldn't be sold on him yet.
AV. I don't know if we said it on air, but he was set to fight on a Danny Garcia card in Philly at the ECW arena and was like 758 pounds overweight over where he
And
fights
had to
at.
publicly apologize with
Yeah. So
basically to not get sued.
yeah. So I'm with you. he's clearly talented on some level, you know what I mean? But like Brendan said, imagine if the Charlo twins were disciplined, and if a nun
Yeah.
had balls, she'd be a priest. Let's see.
I
If
had heard allegedly that Floyd, they didn't like the opponent. They didn't like
uh-huh.
how they were scheduled. And Floyd
Yeah.
told them, don't bother making weight. Floyd's his
Yeah.
advisor.
I heard the same thing.
And then I believe it was the New Jersey State Athletic Commission got involved and was like,
And they weren't happy.
we're gonna sue you.
Yeah.
And so, oh, what else did he say? He said that
Guys,
he
we
made an
have
accusation, right?
yes. Guys, we know this all to be true. We can't get into
He made an accusation, right? That
yes.
was public. And I
Yes.
think the New Jersey State Athletic Commission was like, yeah, we're gonna there's a thing called libel. So
But I want to be sure that besides that, where's Moten fighting at 130?
Mhm.
I just want to be sure, like very clear here. He didn't come into Philadelphia like 135, 130. He was like
152
600.
pounds.
Yeah. And that was on a scale
Yeah,
after,
he never tried to do anything.
yeah. So he was like that week, probably 160.
But why did they? So what I don't get is
We
not to
don't
not
know
to
because
not
no,
to
you're right. You're
not
right.
to
You're right.
divulge,
Go
not
ahead.
to digress too much. But why would Floyd instruct him to do that? Why would And then he's made weight in his last three fights since then. So
Brandon, when that happened, we were going, why did it get this far?
yeah,
Just scrap this. Don't get on a plane. Don't get on
right.
anything. Don't come over here.
I think that whoever's advising him, yeah, didn't look at the contract. You have to try and make the weight.
I know his fans want to believe that Floyd is plays dumb, but is some sort of genius of anything.
Yeah,
Other than in the squared circle, he's a genius of nothing.
he's a fucking maroon.
Yeah.
All right. He says Carl James Martin was on the card, but was most likely a dark match. Have either of you seen his fight or seen Wonder Boy Carl Martin at all? I've had my eye on him since 2019. He's nice, but I don't know how he fares climbing in that division. 22 is a scary place. I haven't. I'll take a look at him now, though. See, this is why I love the Knockies.
Yep. Same here. I see the name. I never saw him on a card, so my answer would be the same as B's.
He says, with that, I'm out. I've done took up enough time. Much love, gang. Knock knock on. Thanks,
Peace,
AP.
peace, peace, AV.
All right. That about does it for this episode. Short one. Sorry, guys. Remember
We
to
went a little bit long on the other episode this week, so
yeah.
they can
Listen, I want you guys to rate, review, like, I don't know, whatever it is you got to do with the show.
yeah, guys, all of that helps the algorithm.
Tickle it. No diddy.
Hey, yo, all of it helps the algorithm if you give us a review, if you rate it, you comment on the things, you
Yeah,
share it. The sharing stuff is we don't usually ask you guys to do that, but if you share stuff, retweet it, put it on your story, all of that helps the algorithm of the
sure.
show and
Well, we
helps us.
appreciate those of you that do. Thank you.
Yes, we know y'all do, but you know what I'm saying?
We know who you are.
But if you're sleeping, do that and it helps us. Just one little click and it'll help us. B,
All
where
right.
can they find you?
At the Killer B24 on Twitter, at I underscore no underscore that underscore kid on IG, which you hate, at
Stupid.
KOTB Boxing on IG, at KOTB Podcast on YouTube. Write us at KOTBboxing at gmail.com. Vinny,
At Box Cutter Pazzi on Instagram. At Vinny underscore Paz on Twitter. God Sent Vengeance is out now. All streaming platforms. Go run that up. If you're into physical product, go to jmtstore.com. CDs, tapes, vinyl, all of that. Hoodies, jackets, knock them out the box, t-shirts. Go cop that. Go
get
spend
it.
some money. Um, all right, guys.
We'll see you next week.
We like saying good night. Good night. Say good night, Brendo.
Good night. Billy?
Peace.
Peace.